I have to be very careful what I say because it's my wife that drives it most of the time. So dale.
Yeah, I start seeing couple news, man, on some videos for a Tesla. So, you know, I'm excited that Houston is flat.
Oh, really?
Yes, because it is actually having trouble to climb. There are several videos in Instagram that the Cybertruck is struggling to be in steep hills. Are you still on? You still want to get it?
Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, Tesla. That's the whole point of the Cybertruck was so I could climb over the barriers on the freeway so I can get off. And, if it can't get up a hill, I'm not sure what we're gonna do. I mean, you know what? The thing is, it's got to be super heavy, right?
It is heavy, I think. I think that is pretty heavy. So,
that that must be the issue then. How would it? I mean, how do you think it would even perform like on the beach or something?
well, that's the issue, right? Is the torque. And so they will have to, mechanically speaking, they will have to put maybe some more gearing system to be able to increase the torque. But also, the problem with that is that you might need more battery power, right? So no wonder why they're taking a little bit longer to release it, because there is a lot of things, right? So, and I always have been impressed on their quality. So I'm glad that they're doing that. So that they're spending the time to figure out these little details.
Yeah. So you mean all my stories about our Tesla hasn't deterred you yet?
I mean, if you think about it, it's just very new company, right? Compared to Ford, right? I mean, and they still the same crappy products. Sorry, Ford.
Wait, if they sponsor us,
Yeah, well, maybe.
it might be better. I don't know.
They might get better, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, despite all the things that I've mentioned about the Tesla, yeah, we really enjoy it. We actually like the torque. It's very punchy. Whenever you would need to get around somebody, I mean, it's a nice thing to have when you need it. So we're not always using it. And here's the thing. Tesla insurance still sucks. Okay. My insurance rate has gone up to like $260 a month now for the Tesla. And keep in mind, before I got the Tesla, my insurance rate was only $90 a month.
Wow.
So that's 3 times essentially what I was paying just to have a Tesla. So just a small update. It did make a dip, but it came back up with a vengeance. So
it hasn't occurred to you that maybe you're a bad driver?
I have to be very careful what I say because it's my wife that drives it most of the time. So I'm not going to say too much here.
No, I think that they have I mean, anything is like literally they ding you, right? Because of their algorithm. So might be too strict, the algorithm. So it is a tough one.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And I'm assuming they're going to tweak it over time. But we will find out kind of how that looks. Right now, it's very, very, very strict. But the thing is, I can't tell. Like, it doesn't make any signal to me that I'm doing something wrong or something that it doesn't like. So I'm not really sure how to correct it. But anyways, yeah. So hopefully the Cybertruck has some of that more figured out, but I can only imagine how much the insurance for that sucker is going to be. If for the little Model Y, it's this much. I don't know how much the Cybertruck's going to add here.
Yeah, for sure. The other thing that talking about the Cybertruck, they are making fun of the trunk that is on the front, right? They are calling it frunk.
It's not all about the size, Mondo.
That's what she said. Right?
Yeah, that's what the reports are saying. There's some screenshots or videos of the front size. They're saying that the front size is a little bit on the smaller side. When you look at it and you just try to infer some of the size, you can see that it's looks like maybe 4 feet wide and like a foot and a half deep. That's like That's not very big at all. So that might be a little bit tough to contend with. I mean, you might be able to fit a set of golf clubs in there. You might be able to fit, a few bags of groceries. How do you think you would even use it?
Well, I mean, if you're having that extra space, that's funny that they are thinking about the golf clubs, right? So it will be small if you cannot even fit that. Yeah, so it will. I'm curious how people will react, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's something in the designers will have to address.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. The Ford Lightning that's already out there, they have showed off their big front. And so everyone has seen Ford's big front. And when they see Tesla's front, that's where you really see the big discrepancy. Because remember, what Ford did when they designed their truck is they took their normal truck and just took the engine out, right? So all that space where the engine used to be, that's your front. So you have that big area. So they have, huge, you could fit two full bodies in the truck. You could probably go camping in the front.
I don't know what you're
Lightning
planning to
truck.
do with it.
Coolers where you put food and drinks in, but they're powered, so you could plug them in. I could see you putting one of those in there so it stays cold. You don't have to have the ice or whatever. So, I like a cooler, something like that. That wouldn't fit in the Cybertruck front. And you might be asking, well, why? What were they thinking? Like, why did they do that? So I think maybe Tesla, they were reacting to the popularity that Ford had with their front. Like, oh man, it's so huge, it's so big, you can do so much stuff with it, it's going to be very useful. Tesla went back there like, okay, Elon was like, hey, fix it. We're like, what can we do here? And
For tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do tomorrow. What do we got? And that's really all the space that there really was in there. Because when the Tesla was created, they built from the ground up. So there's they didn't have this big empty space to work with to begin with. They focused on making sure there was a lot of space in the back. So in the Tesla, the bed size is a full 6 foot. So whereas something like the Ford Lightning or the Rivian, those trucks, the bed size is not as big. So they prioritize the bed size in the back to give you a full 6 feet, make it super useful. So I think that's where the trade-off happens. So they've got a bigger bed, but a smaller frunk, and they wanted to keep the dimensions of the overall truck smaller, so that it competes more with, I guess, with the F-150.
Yeah.
By the way, dimensions are still not out or anything, so we don't have.
It's a speculation.
We still don't have. Yeah, it's still speculation, but people are trying to compare and measure, and it's looking like similar to F-150 probably. So, but anyways, that's what's been going on with the Cybertruck. People are finding, as we get closer to that November 30th release date, we're getting a lot more people with pictures. A lot more people are seeing it out there, and they're really noticing some of the things that might be like a downer, right? The small front size and not be able to climb over some hills. So hopefully, if you just put some nicer tires, you'll be able to make it over a hill. I don't know.
If not, at the end you can just get out and push it.
That sucker's gonna be heavy. I'm gonna have to go to the gym a little bit more for that.
A win-win. A win-win.